Is it too late to start selling on Amazon in the year 2021? Well, that's what this video is about. And I can tell you, in the end, it's going to depend on you. So let me give you a few of the things that I think you ought to consider before we go looking at my account. Now, that's something that we always do. But thank you for taking a moment of your time to watch this video. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace, also known as La Machine, and let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to consider is, where is Amazon currently in the markets? We're going to look at Amazon's market share, and we're going to look at their stock price. That's something that you might want to consider, right? So you're just going to follow along with me, because I kind of pulled up some things that you could have looked up. You know, it's available for anybody to look up online. So let's take a look. Okay, so of course you can see I got this from Inside Intelligence. I'm going to highlight my cursor so you can kind of follow along with me a little bit better. But here you can see, going from 2017, they had 33.9% of the U.S. retail e-commerce sales. Okay, and that's in billions. So, and mind you, 33.9 was already good. But by 2020, Amazon had 38.7, almost 39% of total retail sales. That, what would that mean, guys? Like, for every $100 spent in the U.S. On e-commerce, 39 of those dollars went to Amazon. I mean, that's pretty good. And they're projecting for 2021 to have roughly about 40%, if you wanted to round up. Okay, what is Amazon's current stock price? Now, all I did was a Google search. You can do that. You can see today is January the 25th. The year is 2021. And right now, the current stock price is $3,292.23 a share. Now, if you go back, say, just 5 years and look at your chart, look at your graph, it's trending upwards. There's an upward trend. Okay, let's max it out. So this is going all the way back to when they started in 1997, and shares were around $2.34 a share. I know you wish you had gotten in back then, but hey, you know, hindsight is 2020. But my point is this: look at your graph. All you see is it going up, up, up. So, you know, when you look at that, that's no brainer. Okay, now, where is Amazon in terms of projected growth? We kind of covered that, but if you just look at the chart, the stock chart that we just looked at, okay, that kind of tells you. You can kind of use your common sense, and you can see, hey, Amazon is where it's at when it comes to e-commerce. Another thing you're going to want to consider is, what percentage of sales that are on Amazon come from third-party sellers. So again, we're going to take a look. You just follow along with me. We're going to come over to another thing I found from Oberlo. Now, mind you, this was back in 2019. We're in 2021 now, but you had 2.5 million sellers actively selling on Amazon. That's over 3 million now. I think I heard easily 3 million, probably a little bit more than that. Now, that's something for you to consider. Okay, but you know, I want to say, because now we're going to get into some of the harder things to consider. You know, be careful Be cautious of anyone that tells you, oh, it's too late to get on Amazon because of the number of sellers out there. Be cautious. I'm not saying that they're necessarily wrong, and I'm not trying to discredit their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But we want to get past opinions if possible, and we want to look at numbers, and we got to look at what this person's angle is. If he starts out telling you, hey, Amazon's too crowded, and then he moves on to something that he's trying to pitch you, well, there you have it. He's biased. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying he is definitely biased and motivated by whatever it is he's trying to push. Now, if he wants to tell you, hey, it's too late to get on Amazon because it's too crowded, and here are my numbers. Here's where you can see I was here and now I'm here, and this is the number of years that I've been struggling and pushing and working it out, but it has progressively went down. If he can show you numbers, show you what he's actually doing with it and how he comes to that conclusion, then yeah, I would say in that case, you might want to actually give it some real consideration. Okay, just keep that in mind. So, what type of business model do you want to run on Amazon? Because you've got what I do, which is arbitrage. There's private labeling / white labeling. There's actually developing your own products that you make from scratch versus, white labeling and private labeling typically comes out of China or whatever. Of course, you've got wholesale. You have to know what model you want to run, and they all work. Stay away from drop shipping. I'm not even going to get into whether or not it works. I'm just going to tell you, number one, it's against Amazon's terms of service, and I know from experience it's a great way to get you into trouble. But I think that all of the other methods do work, but you're going to have your challenges. For example, if you want to get into private labeling, oh man, I remember back in 2013, private labeling, that was where it was at on Amazon. But you've got a lot of people doing that now. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means it's going to be a little more challenging. In fact, every business model that you could think of that works on Amazon, it's not going to be what it was, say, 6 or 7 years ago. Now, you may have missed the bus on that, but that doesn't mean that you can't be successful and make money on Amazon. I'm going to show you my account, something very important that you need to look at. But, you just have to understand different business models have their own sets of challenges, and you got to figure out which one you want to deal with. Guys, you got to get your mind right if you're going to do this. Okay, it's no different than any other business, and business is life. Okay, so I hate to break it to you, but now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Number one, do you want to work? If you don't want to work, it doesn't matter the business model. It doesn't matter the business. If you don't want to work, it's not going to work. Okay? Look in the mirror. The next time you get ready to say, oh, that doesn't work or it doesn't work, make sure you're looking in the mirror when you say that, because you're it. You're that. All right? There is no success without business, without work. Okay? So when you get done reading the Tony Robbins and the Earl Nightingales and the Jim Rohns, when you're done reading about all the work you have to do, then you got to actually do the work. See, what a lot of you guys are doing, you're reading the books about how hard Bill Gates worked and how hard Steve Jobs worked and how hard Sir Richard Branson worked. Then you go looking for something that's easy. Okay, make up your mind. You can't have both. Do you want to work? You're going to have to work. Now, we can talk all day about how, you're doing the wrong kind of work, and you should be outsourcing this and that. I don't care. You want to outsource some parts? Fine. When you're done outsourcing, get to work. There's no model where you don't work. Okay, especially not in the beginning. Okay, you don't want to work. Read the stories about the people who got screwed over because they wanted to outsource everything and then they got screwed over, cheated, and everything else. Okay, how easy do you want it to be? You want it to be easy? It's not going to be easy. Okay, now remember, you're the one that believes no pain, no gain. And you get out what you put in, and all of these sayings that you like, now you got to live it. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be easy, but it is going to be worth it. But if you stuck on easy, do yourself a favor. Don't waste your time. Go get that job, and you could complain about that. See, I have a job that I don't complain about, by the way, and I have this. How long are you willing to persist? Right? Here we go again. You love to read the books. You love to hear the anecdotes about how somebody persevered and went through all of this stuff and fought year after year. But all of a sudden, when you want to start on Amazon, well, it better start yesterday or it doesn't work. It better start yesterday or that's not good enough for you. Okay, if you're not willing to persist, what do I mean? If you can't put at least 3 years into it to see if it's going to work for you, forget it. If you can't put at least 3, forget it, because it's going to take about 5. All right? I'm sorry. I'm just telling you, if you don't want to believe it, tell you what, you can go, there's plenty of gurus that'll tell you what you want to hear. So quit complaining about the gurus, because they're speaking the language that you want to hear. If it bothers you, if you can't think about sticking with something and persevering 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, then just go listen to the gurus and go give them $1,000. You're a winner. You know what? You get what you want. You get the feeling that you get at the moment that you're enjoying the fantasy of doing no work and getting everything, and then you get to complain about how the guru screwed you over, and that's a great feeling too. So it's a win-win for you. But I'm telling you, if you actually want some success, you have to be willing to persist. All right? What do you want your profit margins to be? There was a time on Amazon where your margins could be 300% or whatever. Those days are pretty much over. Am I saying that it is impossible? No. Am I saying that it is unlikely? Yes. Okay. So if you have to have a 1,000% return on investment in order for you to be satisfied, again, forget it. Keep your job where they're not making that, and you get to live in this world where you don't have to worry about it because the check keeps coming. And you can work for a business because the business, here's the thing, the business exists because they're willing to work, and they, even in spite of it not being easy, and they're willing to persist, and they're willing to work with the existing margins so that you have a job. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just telling you, if you want a business, then you have to understand, you got to be in business. Your margins, listen, I can confidently tell you, and I'm transparent, I do anywhere between 14 and 20%. Okay, it's nothing crazy. You can do better. God bless you. That's great for you. Okay, but for those of you who have done nothing so far, okay, you don't have an opinion yet. You need to get going, and you can always get better. You can always make your adjustments, and you can always get to where you're trying to go if, 12%, 15%, 20%, 30% is not enough for you. If that's not good enough and you haven't done anything, then you have a choice. Either do nothing and keep doing your research. It's fun doing research, right? I'm researching, I'm reading the books, I'm watching the videos. That's fun. Okay, when you're done having fun, you can get in where you fit in and make your adjustments later. Okay, so let's take a look at my account, and then we'll come down to the verdict of this. But Okay, guys, so now we're into my Amazon account, and you can see today's date is January the 25th. The year is 2020, and so far today I've had 27 sales for $869.52. We'll look at the last 7 days, $3,160.52. The last 15 days, $8,676.51. The last running 30 days. Take today, go back 30 days, $15,278.55. That's nothing crazy, and I don't need it to be crazy. I just need it to be the truth. Okay, I just need it to be the truth. When I start trying to sell you that $2,000 course, well, then I got to make it sound, much better, because I need to, influence you. I don't need to do that. All right. So check this out. Now what we're going to look at is what we did in the year 2019 and the year 2020. Now you'll notice Amazon will only show so much. So they will, in the month of January 2019, we almost lost a month because it keeps dropping off. They won't let me go back far enough to get the entire month of January. You're seeing 99,944, which is just about 100,000. But in all actuality, in the year 2019, I did $103,000. And if you follow the channel, you would have seen it where it was actually showing the full amount. But if we come over to the year 2020, the year that just ended, we just about doubled what we did in 19. We did $200,605 and 3 cents. And the point I'm making is this: you could still have growth. I am proof that you can have growth even with 3 million people selling on Amazon. And I don't want you to be discouraged. If you're serious about this, if you're actually going to take the step and get started, I want you to be encouraged. The numbers I show you are not to impress you, and I don't really make numbers that are really going to impress you all that much. But the point is, I want to impress upon you what is possible. Okay? And mind you, understand where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from the, fire your job, hate your job, be miserable so you can tell that story and make everybody else feel bad. No, I have my job and I like my job. It's okay to like your job. Okay? You were not abducted and forced into slave labor. You applied for that job. Okay? You don't like it? Leave. There's nothing to talk about. If you don't like it, leave. If you do like it, then guess what? You and I have something in common, and you can aspire, if you haven't already, you can aspire to do what I do. See, because I'm a truck driver by trade. I got videos on this channel that show me some of the videos I've done right in the truck. So imagine if you were doing the same amount of money that a dumb truck driver could do. A dumb truck driver. That's all I do. Them trucks you get mad at because they get in your way and everything else. That's me. And while I'm doing that, I'm also selling 200,000 and getting anywhere between 14 and 20% after all expenses. Do the numbers. You're probably smarter than me. Do the numbers and ask yourself, is that worth it to you? If it is, then I'm telling you, it is not too late. Do you think I'm out here? I've been making videos about selling on Amazon since 2017. And if you go back, my numbers just continue to rise. Why would I be doing that if it wasn't good, if it didn't work? Okay? Yes, it is not too late. Is it going to be a challenge? Yes, you need to understand that. But I don't care what you do, it's going to be a challenge. See, let me say one more thing. And I don't apologize for ranting, because some of y'all need to hear this. When it comes to to business, especially people like us that watch the YouTube videos and listen to the gurus. And the algorithms, the YouTube algorithms are sending us all types of stuff, from the commercials to the other suggested videos, because we watch videos that talk about getting ahead. That puts us into a certain demographic of the people that use YouTube. And there is a plethora of information on YouTube about making money and getting ahead. But here's where you may be making your mistake. See, you want to read the books about how everybody struggled and you want to feel good about that. But then when it's time for your business, all of a sudden it's not like Steve Jobs. It's not like Warren Buffett. It's not like Bill Gates. Somehow you're going to be better than them. Right? It's not going to take you 5 years. It's not going to take you 10 years. It's got to be now. Because you got everything figured out. And once you have everything figured out, all of a sudden, the laws of life don't apply anymore. All those laws that say you reap what you sow, and there's a certain period of gestation, and nobody knows what yours is, so you just have to remember that story about the bamboo. It won't even break the surface for the first 5, 7, 8 years, and then all of a sudden it shoots up. All of a sudden, when it's time for you to get into business, no, you ain't waiting 5 years, 8 years. Somehow yours got to be quick. You need to get your mind right. Get your mind right, get your money right. Is it too late to start selling on Amazon in the year 2021? No. Heck no. If you haven't done anything, what you want to do is watch. There's a video I have about the 7 steps to picking a product. Again, if you're going to do it my way, you're going to use the arbitrage business model. I like that one because you can get right in right away. You ain't got to go to China to find a product, dealing with importing and all that. You don't have to have a reseller's permit and an LLC and all of this other stuff that you would need if you wanted to do wholesale. Again, I'm not saying those are not good business models, but if you haven't done anything, the first thing I suggest is you start doing something. You might as well start where you can get started quick. Okay. The lowest barrier to entry. And then if you want to expand, once you've proven to yourself that you're going to stick with this, then you can worry about getting your LLC or your C Corp or your subchapter S or whatever it is, what business entity you want. You can worry about getting your wholesale accounts and getting ungated. Everybody want to get ungated. You ain't even been in this business long enough to prove that it is a match. Okay, whether or not Amazon, it doesn't matter if it's too late or not. If Amazon is not the business for you, you might learn that for whatever reason, Amazon ain't for you. Maybe real estate is better for you or some other thing. You're fortunate if you're American because you can do anything that you can get into. You don't have to do Amazon. So, and this is the reason why I focus on a lot of newbies, because you don't even know what you want yet. You listen to all these gurus and all of this stuff, people like me, and you haven't even got your feet wet, and you already worried about trying to get ungated. You don't have to get ungated. I show how to do ungated products all the time. Okay? What's the benefit to you? The benefit is you can get a free account. It's called a personal Amazon account. So you don't have to even pay for that. Okay, you can start selling without having to run around getting wholesale accounts and run around researching and waiting 3 months to get inventory sent in from China and then hoping it's going to sell. You don't have to do all of that right away. You can earn the right and know when the time is right to do all of that other stuff. First, just get started. Watch the video with the 7 steps to picking a good product for arbitrage. Watch the lightning course right here on YouTube. Ain't got to go nowhere. Ain't got to sign up for nothing. Watch the lightning course part 2. Okay. Because that talks about the software that I use. You may want to use it. You may not. You just need to be aware of it. Again, I'm focusing primarily on people who haven't done anything. I'm trying to get you out all your research. Okay. Get you to start doing something. And on that note, Listen, check this out right here. You see that number on your screen? That is my cell phone number. You can connect with me. People do it all the time. Not many people do it. Not many people. So don't think, oh, how's Horace going to do this? All these people. Ain't no all these people. Most people don't want to connect with me. Why? Because now somebody's looking at them. Now you got to do more than just talk, because now you're taking up my time. You connect with me so that you could ask questions, so that you can kind of, get involved with someone that's better than you, because you've been watching all the YouTube videos and you've been watching all the, personal development coaches telling you that success leaves clues. And if you can get around someone who's better than you, then you can learn from them. And now you got a chance to do it. And see, the operative word there is do. Now you got a chance to get involved with somebody who might be ahead of you, and now you're going to be held accountable, because I'm going to ask you, what are you doing? So if you're serious about connecting with me, do not for 1 second think, oh, there's no way he's going to have time for me. I got plenty of time for you, because most people ain't going to do it. They don't want to be held accountable. Good for them. It's okay if you just want to live in the research world, the dream world, that good feeling that you get when you tell yourself that someday you're going to do this. That's fine. But for the person that actually wants to do something, text the words working class hustler to the number on your screen. We'll get you connected with me. Me, not a robot, not a virtual assistant, me. So you'll be talking to me while I'm in my truck going up and down the road, while I'm sitting right here in my living room. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real person. I'm not a guru. I don't have my Lamborghini. I don't have the big house. I live in a little town that might have 1,400 people. You know what I'm saying? So listen, this is all about the real. So if you're looking for somebody real to connect with, cool. I'm right here. And at the end of the day, I'll say it one more time. It is not too late to start your Amazon business in the year 2021. And I'll see you in the next video.